I was born on the 25th of December 1942 in a place called Carricknow, which is a suburb of Edinburgh, and at that time it was classed as a rather posh place in Edinburgh. And unfortunately we didn't have a primary school, so we had to go to a school called Stenhouse School, which had quite a name, a lot of vandalism and a lot of bullies at that school. So obviously I was a bit nervous when I went to school. But anyway, I started school in September, and my mother took me along to St Cuthbert's store in Edinburgh to get me rigged out for the winter, as they say. She insisted I wore a school cap, and she bought me gloves, a scarf and a balaclava. Now I don't know how many people know what a balaclava is, but a balaclava literally covers your face, and it's known now as what some of the people in Northern Ireland use for various sources. It's certainly not to keep them warm. Anyway, when I attended school, the one thing I dreaded was this school cap. But when my mother got me ready for school, I didn't mind the gloves going on. It's when the elastic was sewn into the gloves, it went round the back and came into here, onto the other glove. I thought, this is a problem. If I go to the toilet, what's going to happen here? If I bend down, this hand's going to go up. I'm going to try and get my... We didn't have zips in those days, it was buttons. I could have a problem with that. But that, I'll get over that one. She then proceeded to put the scarf on me, which went round the neck, obviously. But this big safety pin went in at the back, and I thought, here, this is another problem for me going to school. Anyway, off I goes to school. First day at school with the school cap. Well, you can imagine the boys from Stenhouse socked in, and part of Broomhouse at that time, the stick I was getting because I was wearing a school cap, and I felt quite embarrassed at that time. But the next embarrassment came when we went into the cloakroom, as we called it then, to take your Burberry raincoat off, and here I am with a pair of gloves with elastic going up the back and right round. I've also got this scarf going round the back with a safety pin, thinking, well, how the hell do I get these gloves off with the elastic and the safety pin at the back? Anyway, I managed to get this with quite a lot of ribbon from the lads in the school, and I think even some of the girls gave me a bit of ribbon. So that was my first day at school. So when I left school at 4 o'clock, I think it was, or 3:30, the first thing I was going to get rid of was the school cap. I was determined to get rid of this because this just gave me stick, so I threw it away. And when I got home, my mother, rather than say, how did you get on at school? Because in those days, your mother and father didn't come to pick you up for school. You either walked to school or got a bus. So anyway, when I got home the first day, instead of saying, well, what was your first day like? The first thing she said was, where's your school cap? Panic. First of the lies when I go to school. I lost it. It was quite windy and the wind blew it away, Mum. And then she thinks and says, was it windy today? Really windy? Yeah. Tell me the truth, what happened? Oh, there was a bully in the school called John Robertson who took the hat off and stole it. Right, we'll go round to his house and get the school cap back. Well, you can imagine the panic here setting in. How do I go round to somebody's house that never done anything to me but pinched the school cap? So anyway, I decided to tell the truth. So the truth was, I didn't like the school cap, I threw it away, and that was the story. No. When my dad came in at 5 o'clock at night, she tells the story to my dad. Right, so we had to get back out and we had to go and look for this school cap somewhere between Stenhouse and Carricknow, which was a bit of a bind because it was starting to get dark at night. Never ever found the school cap, never ever lived it down from the day till my mother died. She always went on about a school cap, and to this day I've never really wore a cap. I'm never very keen on caps. So unfortunately, or fortunately, whether I'm getting thin on top, I still don't like wearing caps due to school days at Stenhouse School.
You want to speak into that?